When I did my first video for this channel a month ago, I looked at my footages and thought, damn, I look so much like Marin Kitagawa on this. I really like this character and I can completely understand why this was such a popular cosplay this spring and summer. Marin Kitagawa is such a cute character herself. Her design has so many cute details, which makes her so pleasant to cosplay. In this video I will show how I collected all the pieces of Marin's cosplay. I tried to make it as affordable as it possible and spend less money and time as it possible. At first I wanted to find a finished skirt, cause I didn't want to sew anything. I hate sewing. I went to thrift stores, to low prices stores, to the mall to find it. I wish that I will find it, because I so don't want to sew it by myself. I so want to sew it by myself. I have to sew it by myself. So I started my skirt sewing journey. I sewed it by this tutorial. I'll show you the link to this since I don't want to make another one same tutorial here. Actually, the easiest, cheapest and most canonical way to make this costume is to order it from AliExpress or some other costume stores. It really turned out to be more affordable way to get this costume, cause this is hard to find exact same fabric for her skirt and you should still sew it. But if you will just order, nothing will bother you. I couldn't find exact same fabric for her skirt, so I just browsed something grey-blue. On many art of Marin she has drawn with brighter blue skirt. But I prefer this color more, it looks more like school uniform. I don't want this video to be a complete skirt tutorial because there's plenty beautiful tutorials on YouTube. You can use one that I showed you before or you can use different one. It's up to you. It's completely up to you. Do whatever you want. At the end of the day, I was really pretty happy with the final result. I made this skirt the perfect length, so my legs look so long and my figure looks so good. I will sew it this way all the time after this. Since I'm blondie, I decided to use my own hair for this cosplay, but just paint the tip of my hairs with pink washable hair paint. It turns out to be so easy to do. You don't even need to mix anything, you just need to put it on your hair and wait for 15 minutes and then it will be done. I think it turns out to be something like this. Actually Marin has a little bit warmer tone, but I decided to do this raspberry. Let's see how it looks already. And it was a very good idea to take more brighter color for this paint, cause it looks on my hair color a little bit different and it will wash away from the hair a little bit slower. I wonder how many head washes it will survive after completely fade away. I wish this actually will go, because my hairstylist want to be happy if she'll see this on my hair. Yeah. This is how my hair looked right after first hair wash, and it faded a little bit too much. So the best way to put it on your hair is just before the photoshoot, so you will achieve the brightest result. I adore this part of Marin design, cause yeah, jewelry! I mean, why girls in anime absolutely don't care about this stuff? Marin has two bracelets on her left hand, ring on index finger of the left hand and on the little finger on the right hand. She has black choker with round silver necklace on it, and her ears are completely pierced. As main earrings she wears silver rings, then a couple round stud earrings, one on the left ear and three on the right one. And she has a barbell piercing on her right ear as well. For bracelets, I tried to find something similar in my collection of bats. For black bracelet, I decided to take those wooden beads and paint it black. Process of painting beads actually took me some time, so please think twice before doing it. Maybe it's much easier to find ready beads. I just pasted it on toothpicks and painted it with black acrylic, then with gloss nail polish for shining. For silver bracelet, I took those blue one beads. I know that they actually supposed to be silver, but it has same shape as Marin's one, so I decided to take those. I put it on bracelet elastics and voila! For earrings, actually the best way is to order a collection of fake piercing for exact Marin cosplay on AliExpress. Cause there is no other proper way to make it, well except making real piercing on your ears. I actually thought about it. Not ironically. I thought about gluing some silver beads on my ear with eyelash glue, but they will fall off anyway, so I just wear silver round earrings. And for choker, I already had a basic black choker since I am a choker fan. I tried to find something round and silver for a necklace and had only those strange round plates. I glued it to aluminum can stripe and places it on choker. Rings I took from my collection, they're a little bit more fancy than Marin's one, but it is more interesting this way, don't you think? And she actually has a pretty long, beautiful nails. I used my fake nail that I bought for Nezuko Kamado from Demon Slayer. And it's so comfortable to wear, it's like much more comfortable than your own natural nails. For shirt, I took the one I bought from thrift store some time ago. As a cosplayer, it is a good thing to have some in your stock. I already had a Japanese school boots too from my Hoseki no Kuni cosplay, and I brought a black socks for this costume, but I wasn't sure if they're long enough, so I bought another pair, but it was okay with first aid. Since tie is the smallest part of the cosplay, I made it like in last day in an hour. I bought some grey top in dollar store since I like the color, but sewing ties from stretch fabric is actually a bad idea. Please think twice before doing this. I made it by tutorial like tie on elastic so you can just flip it over and have a complete tie. And I actually did 2 ties, because first one turns out to be way too small and I made the bigger one. In my opinion, makeup is the main part in every cosplay. And Marin has an actual makeup as a character in anime. Insane, I know, right? Well, after base foundation, powder and eyebrows, I did something like eyeliner with pinkish red eyeshadow. And I did my blush more intense too for this makeup, since Marin has it too. I put on some fake eyelashes and a pink lipstick with gloss on top. As you can see, I wore my lenses on these footages. I used my Nezuko ones, cause it was the only one pink eye lenses that I have in my collection. But then on photoshoot I decided to take it off cause my own natural eyes looks much prettier. Even though Marin wears lenses, I just decided Photoshop it on my photos. And I know, I'm sorry. I was very lucky to have a photo shoot with my beloved photographer, Daria Ozitweek. We took an amazing photos in our local park. These photos are not edited yet, and they already looks amazing, right? So if you want to see the final results, you should subscribe to my Instagram and to Instagram of my photographer. Thank you so much for watching this video.